Then I went again.
Well, he said
Spiritual dimension.
How precious and how
unimportant the world is.
I became a family.
Everyone else was astonished.
Itzjak Herzog is a member of the Knesset and serves as leader of the opposition. His father, Jaim Herzog, served as the sixth president of Israel.
When my late father, Jaim Herzog, was appointed ambassador to the United Nations, that was in 1975, we went to one of the Simchas Torahs, I think it was 1976 or 77. My father became world-renowned for his defending Zionism in the famous UN debate on Zionism is racism, at the end of which my father tore the resolution to pieces and said, of course, it's an infamous resolution.
For us, the Jewish people, this is no more than a piece of paper, and we shall treat it as such. Thank you, Mr. President.
He became very famous, and we went to the Rebe for Simchas Torah. With us was Tzvi Rafiach, who was the counselor at the embassy. I think was Yossi Chechanover as well. A group of leading Israeli diplomats. We came to 770. It was awesome because it was crowded and packed. In the huge long table sat in the center the Rebbe. Now the Rebbe knew my grandfather, knew Rabbi Herzog extremely well and corresponded with him in the past. I vividly recall, I was 15 or 16, I vividly recall the Rebbe's speech. He spoke at length, of course, on Emes HaOlem, on the nations, on their hatred to Israel and the Jews, and what we need to do and how to maneuver. He greeted us, spoke at length with my father, who has met him before in previous visits to New York. They had meetings as well, both as the son of the chief rabbi, as a general in the army, as a very famous person, as the son of Rabbanit Rebbetzin Herzog, who had connections to Chabad as well for many, many years. My father's conversation with the Rebbe in that Simchas Torah was not a short conversation, and had to do with geopolitics and international relations, the automatic block in the United Nations against Israel, and of course to fight terror and the quest on Jerusalem and Hebron and issues of this nature. The Rebbe told my father to go to the UN and declare that Ma'at HaMachpelah, of course, belongs to the Levim, and if they offer to return it, we need to add interest on interest on interest. But it was kind of a nice explanation of how things are and how things should be handled. And then they gave us the Hakafot. In the Hakafot, everybody was running for the big Torahs. I was the youngest in the first Hakafah with the ambassador, my father, and all the big delegates. So the Shames gave me the Rebbe's Sefer Torah, the small one, the white little Sefer Torah, which I was extremely excited to carry. And we did the Hakafah. And of all the people in the crowd, I was kissed mostly by everybody, me and my Torah, as you can imagine. And it was a very impressive event, really something that stays with you for life. My father was extremely happy that I came with him. It was a unique experience, and especially it was very, very, very important for him that I receive a blessing from the Rebbe, very important for him. And my father was not a man who showed a lot of emotions. And for him to receive a blessing for me, his son, who bears his father's name by the Rebbe, was very, very important. And he told him, this is Yitzchak Isaac.